So the title of my talk today is, what is AI and why should business owners care? You know, unless you've been living under a rock for the last year, I'm sure you've heard of AI, I'm sure you've heard of ChatGPT and all the other AI tools that are out there, Grok, Claude, Gemini, all of these are AI-powered tools. But to tell you the truth, business has been using AI for many years. Before AI, it was called machine learning. And I want to just impress upon you, if you're like me, I don't have a technical background. So a lot of these concepts, a lot of this technical stuff is new to me. But as business leaders, I can tell you that AI has the potential to be, I think, even bigger than the internet was. You know, I grew up at a time before the internet was prevalent. I went to college before the internet was really a thing. We had bulletin boards, but we never even had, we had web browsers, but nothing really, no powerful websites, no research tools, really just very, very basic research tools that were available when I was growing up. And so I saw the internet bubble grow and then burst and then come back, and now the internet is omnipresent. And many of the problems that we have with AI today, or many of the perceived problems with AI, are the same problems we had with the internet and before the internet, and people were worried about similar things before the internet. But I can tell you my perception based on how I do business today and how other businesses I know do business today, AI has a transformational potential if we use it. And I truly believe, as I say in my organization, we have to be an AI-first company. Well, what does that mean? Well, first definition, AI-first company is a company that puts AI first. And what does that mean? It means that everything you do, you should ask the question, how can AI make this better, faster, more efficient, or more accurate? Every single thing you do. Now, I'm a CEO of a 200-person company. We've grown very quickly, and obviously the growth has come with some great challenges, some great pains, but also some great opportunities. And I can see how AI, using it responsibly and effectively, can help me in my job as a CEO and founder of a personal injury car accident law firm. But I've also spoken to friends who are using AI in various ways. So we'll talk about some of those, but most importantly, let's just give you an example. Let me start off with a story. This is kind of before AI. I have a buddy who called up the cable company to get some cable service done. He was on the phone for 42 minutes, just waiting to make an appointment. At the end of that, he got in a call center with someone whose English was marginal, and he was able to schedule his appointment. 2 weeks later, he called another cable company, and guess what? 90 seconds on hold. He was able to schedule the appointment. He got a follow-up reminder by text, and he had the appointment was completed effectively within a week. Guess which company's going to win his battle for cable providers? Obviously the second company, and that second company was an AI-powered company. And that's the power of artificial intelligence. So today I want to show you why, as business owners, especially in service industries, we can't afford to ignore it. So what is AI really? AI sounds complicated, but it's really simple. It's just machines learning patterns from data and then using those patterns to make predictions or take some kind of action. Now, the taking action part, that's what they call agentic AI. The pattern recognition, that's just general artificial intelligence. And so there's a huge number of pattern recognition things we can do before we actually get AI in the loop performing tasks. And so I'll split the talk among both of those applications. But AI is your silent assistant. You know, it's your thought partner. I have AI in my glasses. I have the Meta glasses, which I think are super cool. I walk around the mall, I'm doing my 10,000 steps, and I'm asking Meta all kinds of questions which are logged into my phone. It's doing research in a conversational way. When I drive to work the next day, I'm on the phone with ChatGPT and I have it on my phone and I'm asking it questions and asking it to go deeper and give me better explanations. So I'm feeding myself the information I need to know. It can have context of questions I'm dealing with at work, or it can just have trivia issues that I'm interested in finding out about. So if you're using Google Maps, if you're using Netflix recommendations or even autocorrect on your phone, that's all AI. You're already using AI. So for example, when Netflix uses a show, it already looks at what millions of people like you have watched. It finds patterns, predicts what you'll enjoy, and that's narrow AI. Narrow AI is what matters to you as a business owner. So why do we have to care as a service business? Well, service is about people, but here's the truth. People's expectations have changed. If you run a law firm like I do, you know, clients don't want to wait days for a callback. If you run a plumbing business, customers don't want to wait for a 4-hour service window. If you run a medical practice, patients don't want to sit on hold for an hour just to reschedule an appointment. All of these are opportunities where we can increase our speed, accuracy, and personalization. And the truth is, I remember back in the day when we started having call centers offshore, that people would be upset because the accent, the English wasn't quite so clear. AI has solved some of those problems. There's AI tools now that can change the accent of a speaker in order to make it sound more understandable to the listener. There's other AI tools that can speed, call answering. It can actually handle most of the booking of calls and can access a CRM database where it can provide actual information to callers. So all of those things are easier ways to pick up the pace on particularly non-thinking tasks. I have found in my business that customers don't care if it's AI or a person as long as they're getting the information. They care about what they need quickly and feeling like we value their time. And the business that can deliver that is a business that's going to win more customers. So let me show you how AI is already being used. Customer interaction. We used to have people answering the same intake questions over and over. Now AI helps guide clients through this. We have some AI-powered chatbots, which we're looking to deploy. We have scripts, which are being prompted by AI. We have evaluation tools and feedback tools where people are getting constant feedback on how they can handle calls better and how they can get to the point more quickly. We have our meetings are summarized by AI. We have AI feedback for managers when they are not handling a situation particularly well. We give AI to give them feedback. We've used AI to predict call volumes, right, at certain times of the day. We sometimes would struggle with long hold times, and so we have analyzed through the data points we have about peak call volumes, and we used AI to propose a new schedule so we can have operators standing by, and the non-AI answering calls, we have operators standing by to be able to answer people's questions during the high volume call times. And AI can perceive those patterns better than a human being. Human beings, we all have our biases. AI can give you the raw data and the raw output that shows you the exact time that you need it. Let's talk about AI transcription. Meetings here, if they're recorded, they get transcribed automatically. What used to take hours is now taken literally 30 seconds. And then those are run through ChatGPT to analyze the output of the meeting and, more importantly, give a list of follow-up items. This is something that can change your practice, it can change your business. If you just basically have an assistant that can accurately summarize the to-do items or the issues for follow-up, that alone is a game changer in business because we forget. We have an hour-long meeting, 10 items are discussed. You don't write down half of those items you need another meeting for. So what's in it for you as the owner? Well, it frees people. Instead of spending hours scheduling or entering data, your team can spend time solving real problems for clients. Right? So one of our paralegals, we spend hours sorting through case files with AI. That time is cut down significantly. In fact, we can export data into an AI bot, which is HIPAA and SOC 2 compliant, totally protected, is attorney-client privileged. We can run summaries. We can find key data using AI. And we haven't fully deployed this yet. We're still building the bots, but this is where we're going with this and where a lot of case management software is going with this, is AI-based case management software. As business owners, it allows us to scale without equal costs. We don't have used to be when we would scale, we'd have a linear increase in costs. Every additional volume of phone calls you'd have to handle, you need to hire additional headcount for that. Now we can use our really good people to do the more complicated tasks, and we have AI handling the basic tasks. So we can handle twice as many phone calls without twice as many people. So AI absorbs that growth expense. Data-driven decisions. As an owner, you want to have unbiased, objective, data-driven decisions. AI can help you make data-driven decisions. You can predict, if you're a restaurant owner, you can predict what menu items will be popular each week. That cuts down and predict volume of intakes. Once you get 1 year's information, so you can get all the holiday changes in, you can really predict what your swings will be, and it can help eliminate waste if you're a restaurant owner. So what's the flip side? What happens if we ignore AI? Well, let's say a competing law firm can respond to a client in 5 minutes while you take 2 days. Who do you think the client's going to hire? When the client asks their friends who worked with your firm, hey, how are they with responsiveness? 5 minutes or 2 days? The answer is going to get out there. Let's say a medical office confirms appointments automatically instead of having to call back patients, right? You don't have to wait for a call back to confirm your appointment. If they confirm the appointment right there on the phone with you, who do you think the patients are going to stick with? They want convenience, they want immediacy, they want accuracy right away the first time. Here's the hard truth. Customers compare you not just to your competitor, but to Amazon, Uber, or Netflix. If you don't meet their expectation of fast and smooth service, you'll lose them. You know, gone are the days where we as law firms or doctor's offices or accounting firms, gone are the days where because we're a professional service, we can wait to answer the client's requests. We just can't do that. We must be accountable and responsive. And the faster you can implement AI to be at least responsive to basic inquiries, the better off you're going to be. I mean, think of it now with Amazon. When I open my Amazon browser, I have suggested items to purchase based on my previous purchase. Amazon is tracking how often I'm buying items. And so it's, oh yeah, I do need more vitamins of that kind of vitamin. Oh yeah, I do need more toilet paper or cleaning supplies or whatever it is. And it's nice, I don't have to think about it. I can just do it. That's the kind of expectation your clients are going to have for you. So how do you start? This is the real question most people ask me. Greg, how did you start doing this? Well, me as a business owner, I got my ChatGPT Enterprise license, which is HIPAA and SOC 2 compliant, totally confidential. If you don't have that, don't put client information into any AI bot until you're sure that it's HIPAA and SOC 2 compliant. But I just started using AI for various inquiries. I use it for management inquiries. In fact, I just asked ChatGPT, what can you help me with? Give me a list. Every day I start off my day. These are my 3 or 4 tasks. What can you do to make these tasks more efficient? Chat will tell you what it can do for you. So as an AI first company, as an AI first person, I'm always asking, what can this AI tool do to help me do a better job, be more efficient, be more accurate, and do it in less time, right? So step 1, look for bottlenecks in your organization. Where's your team bogged down? Is it for a PI firm, is it intake, scheduling, billing, follow-ups? Ask ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you're using. How can you help me uncork this bottleneck? And I ask for give me 25 ideas. And I look through the 25 and I pick the top 3 or 4 and test them out and see if it works, right? Step 2, try one AI tool. Don't overthink it. Start with something like AI scheduling or automated transcription. Don't overthink it because you can't wait for it to be perfect. The truth is today AI is the worst it will ever be. Tomorrow it will be better than it is today. So if you wait until it gets perfect, you're going to be way behind. So you've got to make sure 100% you're using it today. Don't wait for it to be perfect. But understand, human in the loop, you've got to make sure that you're looking at the output of AI to make sure there aren't obvious mistakes. But start somewhere small. Start with one little thing. Test tools. The other thing I really strongly recommend against is going out and hiring or buying an AI tool or hiring an AI company. We tried that, and the AI companies we spoke with, they all want to do moonshots and automate my entire law firm process. You can't do that. You've got to start small. Start small, get proficient. The big problem where most companies fail with AI rollouts or implementations, they try to do too much, or they don't have clearly defined objectives. So start small, get your company AI savvy. And by the way, I've been talking about how amazing AI is. 50% of your workforce is going to be resistant to an AI change. It's just the way that it is. It's the diffusion of technological innovation. We know that half the people are slow adopters. So, and by the way, a little footnote, my IT department was the most anti-AI department. You'd think they'd be the most pro-AI department, but they were not. They're the most anti-AI department. So you have to make sure the way you roll it out in a way that gets everybody comfortable with the basic concepts of AI before you start doing massive AI deployments. Step 3, keep the human touch. For example, AI can send reminders, but a human follow-up call still steals the relationship. Human beings still can have empathy and other emotional connections that AI just can't replicate. So remember, AI is here to assist, not to replace. This is another thing you may encounter with your team members. Everyone is afraid that AI is going to take their job. Well, look, if you're a fast-growing company like we are, I can't hire people fast enough. AI isn't going to take anybody's job. What it is going to do is going to allow me to take my very good employees who may be stuck doing routine tasks and move them into a position of thinking work and brain work and the fun stuff, not the routine, basic, repetitive tasks. So depending on how you roll out AI, I think is going to dictate a lot of your employees' resistance or acceptance of AI as a tool and utilization of AI as a tool. I can tell you that of all the people in my organization who may have been resistant to AI, when they start using it and seeing how amazing it can be, they've all become true converts and are talking to other people about how exciting it is. Another key point, if you're rolling out AI in your organization, try and find who your thought leaders are going to be. Find out who your early adopters are. Find out who the cheerleaders are going to be. Now, one thing with AI, I rolled it out incrementally. I did not let everybody have AI credentials. If you dump AI credentials on everybody, no one's going to use it. What you need to do is you need to roll it out and make it a privilege, not a right. So I say to people, if you want to use AI, you've got to take this training, you've got to do these things. By the way, they may be using AI already. We have them sign an AI pledge that says they're not going to use other AI tools. Your employees may not know the confidentiality issues, the other issues of using AI in your business if it has to be HIPAA compliant or SOC 2 compliant or whatever. So make sure you educate your team, because I'll tell you there's probably somebody on your team who's already using AI in a way that you wouldn't like. So you need to bring that in and make sure that that gets under control by giving responsible education, talking about how to use AI, and there's plenty of things online about this. But as I say, AI is here to assist, not to replace. It's a combination of AI and the human care that sets businesses apart. So, how can you start using AI today? Let me leave you with this. AI is not a future trend. It is here today. It's today's competitive advantage. Businesses that thrive in the next decade will be those that use human service with AI-powered speed and accuracy. So here's my challenge to you. Before this week ends, identify one task in your business that really frustrates you or slows you down. Find an AI tool that can handle it, or find an AI tool that can improve it. Just ask ChatGPT, how can you improve this one thing? And the real question is not, will AI change our service business? The question is, will your business be part of that change, or will it be left behind? Hope this helps. My name is Greg Ward. Follow me on Instagram and on LinkedIn for more useful content on AI. I'm an AI advocate, and I'm always happy to help. So DM me if you have any questions.